Good afternoon, guys, hope you're all good. Just thought I would do a mini vlog, just documenting my experience of being in Florida during Hurricane Nicole. Now, I'm going to be honest, Hurricane Nicole has kind of came out of nowhere for us. We got out here about 7 days ago as I'm filming this, and literally, Hurricane Nicole, I hadn't even heard of it. And then literally, a few days ago, Hurricane Nicole appears, and now it's on its way to Florida. Now, currently at the moment, as we're watching this, it's due to hit in the next couple of hours. We're currently hunkered down in our hotel. We're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Everything's all good here. We've got water, we've got snacks, we've got medication. We're all safe. To be honest, I'm starting to think I'm cursed because I was here for Hurricane Ian. I vowed I would never be here for another hurricane. When me and Con flew out on Saturday last week, there was no hurricane even near. And then literally randomly, this thing just appears. So here we go. One of the things I would recommend is if there is a hurricane and you want to stay up to date, Fox 35 or the Weather Channel are always your best bet. We've got waters, so we went to Walmart the other day, which you'll see in the series when it comes up. We bought waters, we bought some Powerades, we've got everything on charge over there. We've got some apples and oranges and grapes. Just saying now, it's actually going to hit Florida at around about 1 AM, they're saying now. So it changes all the time. That's another thing I will say about when a hurricane's coming, is they'll tell you a time, but obviously things change. Oh my god, have you seen, Con? It's 625 miles wide. That's the size of the hurricane. I always find that crazy, you know, if you think about that's like the size of the UK. The UK is about 625 miles, you know. That's a huge hurricane. Huge hurricane. It's mad the width of these hurricanes go, you know, like, I mean huge. And I know you can't really see the outside because it's pitch black, but you can see it's quite low cloud tonight. The trees aren't really moving at the moment because Orlando's quite inland, and this is another reason why I want to record this video, just to kind of, for you to see exactly what happens when because Florida is a massive country, and sometimes when you watch the news, it'll say hurricane hits Florida, and you think, oh my god, well that's where Disney is. But actually, because Florida's so big, like when I was here for Hurricane Ian, I didn't even feel the winds until about an hour before the hurricane was close to hitting Orlando. So as you can see, obviously the hurricane is due to hit in the next 4 hours of Florida, and there's not even any wind here, but there is light rain. Just in regards to Disney and Universal, so Disney and Universal have closed so when we were at the parks earlier, Disney and Universal hadn't really made any plans of what they were doing. The parks were open as full, nothing had changed, and then around about 2 o'clock they then made an announcement. Everyone got notifications to say the parks would be closing earlier. So I think like Animal Kingdom closed at 5, Epcot was like 6 or 7, Magic Kingdom was like 6 or 7. They all just basically started closing early, just so staff could go home and people could be redistributed in other places where needed. So it makes, like I say, it makes absolute sense to me. And because the hurricane's not going to hit until 1 AM, obviously I'm not going to be vlogging till then, but I'll come back when we wake up in the morning and we'll kind of reassess what's happened. The hurricane is going to be around in our area from between about 4 AM all the way up until about 11 AM. So when I wake up in the morning, I'll obviously let you know. We can see the waves have been ripping away the piers and that today, which is, do you know, that's what always gets me when it comes to this. It's not about like, well, it is about tourists, because obviously we all, you know, everyone needs to stay safe, but I always just feel so sorry for like the locals as well, that, you know, will lose their homes or lose their businesses and things like that. I thought I would just quickly ask what some of my most asked questions as well that I've had on Instagram over the last 24 hours. One of them was, what should I do if a hurricane's coming? Should I go and collect supplies? I would always try and have supplies anyway, regardless if a hurricane's in the area, just in case something happens. So I would always try and have waters. I would always try and have something in your room, waters, medication, things like that, just in case, you know, even without a hurricane, someone has a fall or a trip. And I think water really helps with dehydration. You know, if you wake up through the night and you feel really dehydrated, have yourself a drink, things like that, because a lot of the food out here is very, very salty. Number 2, my most asked question is, should I try and go home? Should I try and leave? Unfortunately, generally when a hurricane is in the area, the airports will close, and that's exactly what's happened today. Orlando International has closed. Melbourne Airport has closed. Someone asked, should they try and leave Orlando? Again, it's all based on, you know, where's that hurricane gonna hit? When Hurricane Ian, I couldn't tell you for Hurricane Nicole, but when Hurricane Ian was here, they were recommending for people to leave early on, but then it got to a point where they were like, actually, if people, because people were blocking up the roads and stuff. In regards to Orlando, because we're quite landlocked in the center of Florida, generally by the time storms get to us, they're just tropical storms anyway. And, you know, what I will say, in a lot of locals, I've got a lot of friends who are locals here, and a lot of them say if they could be anywhere, they would rather be in a Disney or a Universal hotel, because the buildings are storm forced, so they're here to, you know, they're here built for hurricanes, and they've got generators, so you'll generally not lose power. Now that's a sweeping statement. I didn't lose power last time, fingers crossed we don't lose power this time, but yeah, you know, like for example, my friend Ava, she's like, you know, if I can, I would rather stay in a hotel rather than be at home, because she lost power for 5 days last time when Hurricane Ian hit. Oh, you can see the winds are quite bad down south, but yeah, we didn't lose power at all when Hurricane Ian hit last time. And then question 3, if my flights are cancelled, which a lot of you have, well, a lot of you have had that unfortunately with this, will I get a refund if I have to book other nights? I would always check with your hold insurance. I'm not a hold insurance expert. From what I've always been told is, if it's an act of God, sometimes it's not covered. But I know from Hurricane Ian, some people were able to get their money back from hotels. I know Disney, like, I don't know if I vlogged that, I don't know if you guys would have seen it in the vlogs yet, but Disney actually gave me a refund for some of the nights that I lost because of Hurricane Ian. So I think it all just depends. I would always recommend just check your insurance. Also check the time of year you're travelling out. So if you're travelling out between like August and September, that's notorious hurricane season, and we seem to be getting these hurricanes more frequent than what we ever have before. Like, I don't think I can ever remember a hurricane being in November, but obviously it's probably not something that I'll actually, if I'm not here, I probably wouldn't take reference, because I don't even know if it's hit your media in the UK yet. But obviously it's obviously big news out here. Obviously it's been on TV all day. But yeah, I think make sure you check your insurance, make sure you're covered. Are we covered, Con, for the hurricanes here? Con doesn't even know if we're covered, and he's the one that got our insurance. I hope so, because that insurance was extortionate. Do you know Con booked our insurance, how much we paid for the insurance for a week? It was a 10 nights, 40 quid, £40. I don't usually pay that much, so yeah. Good morning from Animal Kingdom Lodge. This is what it's like right now. I've been sitting out here for about 2 hours. It's actually been really relaxing. So at the moment, as you can see, I haven't got the TV on at the moment because Con's asleep behind me, but I believe the storm has already passed Orlando. I will check in a sec. But the trees have been moving quite well, a lot, but obviously they're still rooted, nothing's came up, and the rain's just been coming and going. Obviously it's a tropical storm, so we are expected to see flooding, but I'm wondering, and maybe you will know in the comments, this little little pond here hasn't flooded at all, so I wonder if that's, well, obviously it's going to be man-made, because Disney has said that they are going to be doing a phased reopening. It's just came on my phone before, so we don't know what time the parks will open today, but basically once the storm has passed, they'll then assess and then let everyone know, either on the Disney app, or they'll probably make a public announcement. The thing is over here, because Disney and Universal are such big employers, when Disney and Universal close their parks, it makes headline news. So like me and Con was saying last night, it's crazy. Like when Disney made the announcement that the parks were closing, it was like breaking news all across the TV, which is mad when you think about it, because like, for example, if Alton Towers closed in England, no one would even think about it, but I don't think it would make headline news. But yeah, like it becomes like a main thing, especially if you're watching like Fox, because Fox News, if you're watching like your local Fox News, it'll show like local news. So I must say, man, that tree over there is looking like that is quite bending quite a bit. I would love to know what the storm winds that can hold. You know, is there a level of where that would be unrooted? Has it ever become unrooted before? I don't know. Sometimes when you see the gusts, it does bend a lot, but it looks sturdy. Just thought I would quickly add as well, the vlog series will start about the middle of December for the current vlogs that I'm filming now. if you're a Patreon member, you're going to get access to them basically from next week, and I'm going to start uploading them, and then they'll come out weekly on YouTube up until March. I'm so excited for you to see them though, because there's been so many special moments on this series, so many. Obviously we worked with Aer Lingus at the start, which was just a magical thing. You can hear my voice is going. That's been a thing which you'll find out in the series. Me and Con had our very special moment. Another special moment happened yesterday. It's just been an amazing trip, and this is the thing, the weather can play a huge part on your trip, and I do talk about this a lot in the series. The weather can play a huge part on a trip, but only if you let it. Oh my god, the wind just went in my face, you know when you lose your breath. Only if you let it affect your trip. And we've just been really firm of, you know, we went out yesterday in Epcot, we did a day. We've just tried to, you know, not let this get in the way. Obviously today we're not going anywhere because there's certain weather you just can't go out, and I'm not walking around in hurricane weather. So actually, I don't think the hurricane has hit Florida yet. So we're currently looking. So look, they've actually got it on the TV. So it looks like the hurricane is actually still on just the outskirts of Florida. I must say, mind, if you are ever here during a hurricane, the Weather Channel is always a good one to watch. But I always find these people are absolutely insane. They literally stand in the most like craziest places. Like, look at this. Oh my god, look at this man. He just oh my god. Oh god, honestly, when I say this, it just makes us want to cry. Because these are people's houses. Oh. Actually, we watched this live yesterday, fall into the sea. Connor, you seen that now? That's mad.
They're restrooms.
Oh yeah, they're the restrooms. Yeah, that fell into the sea yesterday. They're still there, mind. They're still holding on. So I will give you a little bit more of an update as well. It's a couple hours later. It's actually currently 11:39 now, and we have a full update. So the hurricane has now passed, and it's moving towards the west coast, and so for a while we were caught in that surge that spins around it, but it's now on the other end. A lot of people are speculating that Disney will open in the next couple of hours, so obviously you'll find out on Instagram or whatever, or when it opened. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, were you safe? Where did you stay? Were you in a villa? Were you in a hotel? How was it? Was the entertainment? Was the food and things like that? Let me know in the comments. Just to let you know, the series will start, the full series with our travel day and everything will start at the middle of December and will run all the way up until March, and I honestly think it's one of the best series I've recorded, so I'm mega excited for you to watch it and see it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.